Hey everyone, it's Amy. I'm back with another video. I thought it'd be good for me to try and do a long form video on YouTube once every 2 weeks. That seems to fit in with my schedule and what's manageable for me. So if you're tuning in for this one, thank you. Last video I took you around my studio space and showed you how I've got my MIDI controllers and digital piano connected to my laptop, and also some of, just some more detail about my hardware and what I use. And today I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about organising what's in my computer and what's actually, and how I organise my DAW. And this is something that music producers don't talk about on YouTube because it's not particularly exciting, but it is very important, because if you are like me, you've probably put this off for weeks or months or maybe even years, and actually only takes about an hour to get started, or even less, just to make a start and then set some good habits up coming into 2025. So I'm really hoping that next year will be a production year for me, and part of that is just thinking about how I'm going to optimize my workflow, learn how to work quickly and effectively, and stay organized and on top of all of my files, all of my samples, and everything else I need to work on refining my sound and curating what I want to ultimately put out into the world as my music. So I'm hoping that we can get to talk about 3 topics today. The first one I wanted to talk about is building a collection within Ableton, and that's using the coloured tabs on the left-hand side of the screen when you log into Ableton to organise things like your audio effects, instruments, samples, that type of thing. The second thing I wanted to talk about is creating a template. So when you open Ableton, you've got all of your usual instruments or tracks or whatever audio effects that you normally use every time set up, ready and to go. So that's going to save you time with your workflow. And the last thing I want to talk about is project folders and saving your live sets in an organised and systematic way, so that when you are looking for previous sets and opening them up, you're not saving them all into one project folder and causing a lot of stress and strain on your. So I'm hoping that I can present this using recording from my screen, which is something I haven't done before, so this is going to be a learning curve for me today. And I'll also have some music playing, so when time comes for me to get organised, I'm going to do it in real time and play some music, and then you can watch me clicking around, or you can pause the video, get yourself set up and organise up with me. So kind of more of an interactive get organised with me type of video today. We're just going to see how it goes. This is completely off the cuff. But I thought a good one to do, getting organised, starting 2025 with a clean, fresh desktop without files all over the place, and a DAW that's easy to use and customised the way that you need it to be. Okay, let's get into it. What I wanted to show you first is my collections. So over on the left here, you can see these rainbow colours, and what I've done is I've started to organise my audio and MIDI effects and instruments into different categories. Really easy to do. All you need to do is first of all select colour that you want to assign to a different category, and then you can right click or press Command R and rename it. And if you tap edit, then it will give you up to 7 colours. I've decided to use more, and you can name them whatever you like. And then when it comes to actually putting things into a collection that you like, you can just right click on whatever it is and then add it. So let's say I really want a 909 kit added to my drum collection. I'll do that, and then it gets assigned a yellow square. Pretty easy. I can't believe that's something that I've avoided doing for so long. But honestly, it took me 15 minutes and it's already saved me a fair amount of time. I'm hoping that with my audio and MIDI effects, I'll eventually fine tune it. So I'll have EQ specific for each instrument and vocal, and also customize my EQ and save it. So for example, if we just drag the EQ8 here, let's say I have one for piano that I really enjoy, maybe just wanting to maybe just cut some low end here. Let's just do a proper cut like that. And let's say I really like the sound of that and I want to save it, then I can just click save and I can just rename that to Amy Piano. And then I would right click that and then save that to my effects. Just a way to further improve your workflow, especially if it's something that you're doing every time you're in a session. All right, the next thing I wanted to talk about is creating a template. So this is something I did yesterday. You can see I've got 6 tracks set up. I've got one MIDI track for drums, another MIDI for basic bass synth, another one for piano. So these are pretty key. They tend to be what I use every time I'm creating music. And then I also created a vocal group. So you can see I've got 2 audio tracks here that are grouped. I'm not sure if I'll be keeping this, but it works for now. So when I made this template, I went to File and Save Live Set as Template. That was basically it. And then when I opened up Ableton Live again, it was there ready to go. But if I needed to find it, I'd just go down to Templates under Categories, and here it is, Amy's Default. So let's say you like to make sample-based electronic music, then you could have a template just dedicated to that, probably with more audio tracks. If you were doing more instrumental music, you may just want to have MIDI tracks. If you're especially routing from a digital piano, it's really up to you. And then you can customize that further by actually adding your audio effects, EQ, compressors, customizing your return tracks and other things. So I've made a start and I'm very proud of what I've managed to do. Hopefully it'll inspire me to fine tune this. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is project files. So what I'm going to do is just go back to my camera and we can chat about that there. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about in terms of organising your DAW and improving your workflow is managing project folders. So this was something I was confused about for a while and then just kind of ignored it. But in Ableton, each live set should be assigned, it should be within a project folder. I know that when I was beginning, I ended up saving all of my live sets into one project folder, which is fine, but it just means that it puts some more strain on your computer's processor, because every time you open that set, Ableton also launches all of the other samples and information for all of the other live sets that you have saved within that folder. So I'd say try and keep one live set with one track within it, one song within it, to each project folder, if that makes sense. And then organise your project folders within another folder that you then have also backed up to an external device like an external hard drive. So that's something that I need to do because my stuff was all over the place. I was saving stuff to my desktop, I was saving things to the cloud, just a general mess. I think part of the problem is that I grew up using a Windows-based computer. So then when I switched over to Mac, I never really took the time to look into how files are organised on a Mac and just really put it off for something I'd figure out later. But honestly, it will save you a lot of time if you take time to organise your project folders and everything else within Ableton, including where your samples are kept, where your finished music is kept, and how you have it all backed up as well. So that's my mini lecture, mostly for me because I need to do it, but I'm hoping that by me making this video it will motivate me to do it, and if it motivates one of you out there as well, I'd really like to hear from you, and also if you have any other tips on how to stay organised when working within Ableton. Sorry, and if you have any other tips or any other tips or tricks about managing collections, making templates, organising workflow within Ableton, I'd love to hear from you as well. I wanted to finish this video by saying that this was inspired by a Ableton workshop that I attended yesterday in Brisbane, which was run by a Brisbane-based producer and DJ. Her name is Squidjanini. So I really wanted to thank her for inspiring me to get organised. And I'm hoping now that you'll be inspired as well. So keep creating and thanks for joining. See you next time.